You found your way to the Winning Tactics podcast with host Adam Sinkus. Adam discusses winning tactics with small business owners and entrepreneurs, uncovering processes and introducing the tools and solutions for enhancing the bottom line. Thanks again for finding your way to the Winning Tactics podcast, and now your host, Adam Sinkus.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to another wonderful episode of the Winning Tactics podcast. This is another one of those wonderful Pay It Forward episodes. Last episode, we had Hunter Hoops, the first winner of our Pay It Forward program. And today, I am excited to bring Thea Wood of Herizon Music on the show. Welcome to the show, and congratulations on being another one of our recipients for the Pay It Forward program.
Thank you so much.
Excited to have you on. Before we dive into it, just tell us who you are and what you do.
You bet. Thea Wood is my name. I'm the founder of Herizon Music Foundation, which is a nonprofit that is on a mission to uplift the next generation of women in music through education, experience, and role modeling programs.
Fantastic. I absolutely love what your organization does. It is so exciting to me to see just organizations in general that are supporting young artists, because I think, now with all the technology that's in place, there's so much opportunity for them. But it's easy to get lost as well.
Yes.
So excited to learn more about that. You were one of our December recipients of the Pay It Forward program, and as a result, you got to meet with our wonderful panel of coaches and help push your organization forward. What was it like when you found out you had won as being a recipient of the Pay It Forward program?
Oh my gosh. Well, I was super excited because in the past I had a chance to work with Lorie Marrero before, and I know she's a total superstar at everything that she has put forward. So I knew that when I was the recipient of this, I was so excited because I knew that Lorie would team up with other superstars like yourself. And honestly, no one disappointed. I was super happy coming out of every consultation that I had with everybody on the team. And I came forward with a lot of strategies going forward into 2021.
Fantastic. I won't put you on the spot, but who was your favorite coach to work with?
Oh, Adam, there are no favorites. They were all so wonderful. I have to say, Chuck gave me incredible insights and things that I could do right away for my LinkedIn page. And I've already seen increased traffic as a result of that. Lorie is really good with his personal strategies that I've kicked in. Bob has helped me with some PR work and gave me some homework assignments. And Jennifer met with both my social media coordinator, who's a volunteer, and me to give us some insights on how to improve our social media. And of course, you and all of your insights into my website and presence. And it looks like we're going to have some really good projects moving forward on that too.
Fantastic. So tell us a little bit about your experience with the coaches. What were some of the things you talked about, and how are you able to apply those into your foundation?
Sure. For the PR, I will say that Bob came up with a really great idea for us. We have done a couple of pilot programs of virtual performances. And basically, it's not a virtual concert as much as it's integrating a professional social network event with fundraising with a musical performance from a female artist. And the female artists get paid. Herizon Music is a beneficiary, and the group that we're working with, for instance, Women in Wine in Austin, was one of the social networking groups. And basically what it does is it brings this really fun, different virtual event where there are raffles and there's information that people can get and listen to live music. And we had such great positive feedback, we decided to make it a program, but we really didn't know how to approach marketing it and the PR around it. And Bob was like, why not random acts of music? And I was like, that's it, random acts of music, because we're doing something that is, for the people, for artists, for groups, but it really is all about the music, which we need more than ever right now, I think. So that's one of the stories. I could tell more, but that's definitely one of the stories that I took away. And secondly, Adam, of course, some of the things that you had to say about our website and growth, we are definitely taking seriously, and we're making some changes.
Fantastic. So, I absolutely love that you found so much value in working with each coach, in the fact that every coach was able to offer you a little something different. You mentioned Chuck had given you some insights on your social media, on your LinkedIn specifically, and,
Yes.
and Jennifer gave you some social media tips. What were some of the tips that Lorie gave you that you've started to implement?
Oh, well, now I'm going to have to go back through my notes here, Adam. With Lorie, she, one of her tips was, for somebody like me who gets overwhelmed, I tend to be a yes person. I tend to say yes to everything because I'm so excited, and I'm more of a visionary and see the possibility. You're raising your hand, you get it. And a lot of you out there will probably get that too. And so she is kind of like my person on my shoulder who says, you have to stick to 3 things. And if something that somebody's asking you for falls out of those 3 things, you're going to have to say not at this time. And it doesn't mean never, but it just means that I am setting my boundaries to stay focused on what my priorities are at that moment. And wow, that's powerful to really think that way. And the great thing is I can blame her. I can say, well, one of my mentors told me that I had to do this. So if you're out there and you feel like you're being the bad guy, this is a great way to relieve that feeling of being the bad person, because you can displace that.
You can tell them you heard it on the Winning Tactics and
heard it on the Winning Tactics, the Pay It Forward program, and absolutely.
So fantastic. So last thing I want to wrap up with, because part of the Pay It Forward program, it's not just about us and the coaches giving back. But Pay It Forward is about how, as a whole, as people, we can give back. And so I'd love to hear if you have somebody that you'd like to nominate for Pay It Forward for 2021.
I do. Thank you for asking, Adam. Her name is Penny Jo Paulus of Tex Chromosome, which is another nonprofit organization. And she not only raises money to do kind of like exchange musician programs, she also has a radio program that plays on Austin's KOOP, as well as I know she's got another station, I think in Europe, who takes on her show. And everything that she does for women in music is absolutely amazing. She does it in a different way than our nonprofit does. We're very complementary. And so we try to build a scene. We try to help each other, collaborate. And with the pandemic, because she and everyone she works with is so closely tied to live music, it was a really, really tough year in 2020. And I think this would be the perfect thing to kind of jumpstart 2021 for her and her programs and what she's doing for women in music.
Awesome. Well, we really appreciate it. And those of you that are listening, if you know somebody, whether they're a startup, a young entrepreneur, they've been in the game and are just stuck, they're leading a nonprofit, and you think that they would be a great recipient to receive some coaching and some strategies that they can take and put in play in their organizations, please hit us up on LinkedIn or Facebook. You can find myself, Adam Sinkus, or Chuck Hester, and we'd be more than happy to talk to you about that person and make sure that we can get them in the nominations as well. So it is an absolutely phenomenal program. I'm not saying that just because I'm a coach, but because I truly believe that when we give back to the community gives back to us. And that's really what it's about. It's all about giving. And so, Thea, I really appreciate your time. I appreciate what you give to female musicians in your organization. And so glad that we can collaborate and work with you through this, and looking forward to seeing what 2021 and in the future holds for you. So thank you again so much for being on here as well. And we appreciate your time tonight.
Well, thank you so much, Adam. I appreciate you and the crew and everything that you all are doing for us. And all I have to say is rock on.
Fantastic. For those of you listening, catch us next week. We broadcast live on LinkedIn and Facebook on Tuesdays, and all of our episodes make it to YouTube and all the major podcast platforms every Thursday. This bonus episode will be available probably sometime early next week as well. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful evening.
Well, that wraps up yet another episode of the Winning Tactics Podcast. You can find Adam on both the LinkedIn and Facebook platforms. And to support the show and ensure the success of the podcast, would you kindly consider visiting Patreon.com/Adam Sinkus? We greatly appreciate it. And until next time, from the Winning Tactics Podcast, remember, culture is how your team behaves when no one is looking. Take good care, and thanks for listening.